Good morning, Jackednnerdy fans. Welcome to another review video. I am back from holidays. Still a little bit jet lagged. I only got back about 36 hours ago, but I wanted to get straight onto here because I managed to squeeze in a screening of Beetlejuice 2 or Beetlejuice, whatever you prefer. So I thought I'd jump on here and do a very quick review video just for you guys. So you could get my thoughts and opinions. So, Tim Burton is back, as well as Michael Keaton. I love the original Beetlejuice film. It's one of my all-time favourites. I absolutely adore that film, and I love Michael Keaton in that role. So when they said they were making this second one, finally, after all these years and all these rumours, I was 100% in and really excited for it. So, look, you know, everyone knows Beetlejuice, okay? He's a trickster demon kind of thing, you know, playing games on both the living and the dead, what have you. So, look, they've done a really good job with this film. It is following on the story, you know, from the original film, following on, catching up with these characters, you know, 20, 30 years on in the future. You know, now we've got 3 generations of the Deetz family. You know, Winona Ryder is back playing Lydia, which was fantastic. Although I feel they did kind of pussify her character a little bit from the original, made her very codependent, very kind of wishy-washy in parts. She did kind of improve towards the end, but I did think that they very much kind of pussified her character from the original. Jenna Ortega, you know, as we all know from the show Wednesday, look, she's fantastic as an actress. I think she's got an amazing future ahead of her. You know, I loved her in this film, although I did find her character a bit irritating at times. However, I put that down to just good writing. You know, the writing of the character and the portrayal of the character kind of made you dislike her a little bit at times. But all in all, she did fantastic. Of course, Michael Keaton, the great Michael Keaton, back as Beetlejuice. It's almost like he never missed a beat. He's just absolutely fantastic. We got Willem Dafoe, who I found his character to be quite irritating and almost really irrelevant. You know, I suppose it kind of broke up the story a little bit in parts here and there, but I found his character to be very irrelevant, and in the end, he really just didn't do much. To be honest, it was almost like it was just there for the sake of being there. Monica Bellucci, I absolutely adore Monica Bellucci. She is a stunningly beautiful woman, a fantastic actress, and her playing, Dolores, the late wife of Beetlejuice, you know, absolutely fantastic as well. Obviously, she didn't have a lot of dialogue in this film. However, her presence is enough. You know, it's her. With Monica, just having her presence there is enough. You know, I mean, if she's got dialogue, fantastic, absolutely, all for it. But just having her presence there is enough for me, and she was absolutely brilliant. And then there was also Arthur Conti, who I'm not overly familiar with. I may have seen him in 1 or 2 other things, but you know, he was in there as well. Did a really good job as well with his character. All in all, look, this is just a really good, fun story. You know, obviously I like to keep these non-spoilers. So, you know, I'm not going to go into the storyline or anything like that, except for, you know, just give you the general. Look, I thought it was very well written. The storyline was a good continuation of the Beetlejuice franchise. Is it as good as the original? No, I think the original is the superior, in my opinion. But they did do a very, very good job with this film. I enjoyed it immensely. It was very exciting. It expanded the story of Beetlejuice, but also the Deetz family as well. So basically everyone's story kind of branched out and everything. So that was really quite fun. The use of visual effects, both practical and CG, one thing that Tim Burton does very, very well, especially with the Beetlejuice franchise, is the combination of practical effects and special effects. 100% on point, did a fantastic job with that. I was thoroughly entertained. Definitely not one of those movies where I wish I got my time back or what have you. If you're a fan of the original movie, you will enjoy the continuation of the story. They did a really good job of tying in some of the other characters from the original film as well. Obviously who aren't quite present anymore due to passing away and what have you. But they did a really good job of tying their kind of or telling you where they're at and kind of expanding the story and the mythos, so to speak. They didn't just kind of wash over it, which was really, really good. So they definitely stayed true to the fandom. They stayed true to the original. What more can you say? This is Tim Burton. This is Michael Keaton. There was an extra cameo in there that I haven't mentioned. I'd rather leave that for audiences because it is a pretty cool little surprise. So I'm not going to give away the little surprise cameo in there, but it was definitely good to see in there. So, look, all in all, as I said, I did thoroughly enjoy this movie. There are a few little critiques, because I'm such a fan of the original. A few little critiques, such as, again, the wussifying of Lydia Deetz, and the kind of not overly necessary character of Willem Dafoe in there. One of the main kind of shocks or surprises in there, I saw it coming right from the start. I didn't see, there were no surprises or shocks for me personally. Some people, maybe who are not as invested in the story may, find that the twist or the shock, the surprise, whatever you want to call it, they may not have seen it coming, but me, I personally saw it coming from quite a mile away. But it didn't detract from the film for me. I still thoroughly enjoyed it. So, look, sometimes when you see the twist coming from a mile away, it does detract from the movie, does pull you out of it, but not in this case. So that was really, really good. Anyway, so at the moment, it's got an IMDB score of 7.1 out of 10 and 78% on Rotten Tomatoes. I definitely agree with those scores. I think it's very, very fair. I'd give it a 75% or 7.5. Thoroughly enjoyed the film. Would definitely watch it again. I enjoyed it immensely. Definitely when it comes out on streaming, I'll do a double feature and do Beetlejuice 1 and Beetlejuice 2 back to back. Make a night of it, absolutely. Thoroughly enjoyed this film. Would encourage everyone to go and see this film in the cinemas, on the big screen. Visually it's well suited to that environment. So do yourself a favour, if you're a fan of French, if you're a fan of the original Beetlejuice, do yourself a favour, go out and see it. If you're not familiar with the original, definitely still go out and see it. You would still definitely enjoy yourself, but I would probably recommend that you watch the original first, so that you've got that in your back pocket before you go to the cinemas. Anyway, that's all from me from today. Glad to be back here with you guys, the Jackednnerdy fans. So, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our content. We got heaps more content coming out over the next couple of weeks. And until next time, guys, stay jacked and stay nerdy.